Welcome back to the kitchen. I'm just sitting here on an early Sunday morning. The birds are chirping and I'm having that first cup of coffee of the day. And I'm thinking to myself, wouldn't it be nice to make a berry crumble? I have beautiful strawberries, I have beautiful raspberries, I have beautiful blackberries. Now I will tell you something very magical happened to me one day when my son wanted me to make cookies and I was making crumble. Normally I take butter, toasted almonds, add a little bit of flour, and brown sugar, and then I crumble it on top, and that's my crumble recipe. But my kid wanted cookies. So what I did was I take my typical crumble topping and I add the elements of a sugar cookie. You see where I'm going with this? I know, it's amazing. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to combine our sugar and our berries. 2 parts strawberry to 1 part each raspberry and blackberry by volume. And then I just season it with a little bit of vanilla, pinch of salt, and some cornstarch. I want to make sure that I toss and get that all nicely incorporated. I don't use a spoon, I don't use a spatula, because that may break my berries. You know, with cornstarch, you can actually see it going to work. And unlike flour, it actually thickens something that's cold. Step 2, let's put our nuts. And by the way, I do this in a food processor. Breaks this up. Don't do it in a blender, it's impossible. You don't want your machines to work too hard. So I don't want this food processor kicking around 1 big piece of butter. Let's help the machine by separating those pieces. I pulse a couple times, and the reason is I'm trying to incorporate my butter. And the minute it starts to ball up like that, you're done. If I was making my traditional crumble topping, I'd have flour in there, I'd have less butter, I'd have more nuts, I'd have more brown sugar, but I'm making this quasi-cookie thing. Okay, so the mixture goes in here. Egg yolk, throw that in. A little more vanilla. My baking powder, a little bit of salt, sugar, flour, and start slowly. I don't want flour flying everywhere. Now, I had that at the highest moment. We went from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3. But you don't want to overwork anything that has flour in it. And all I'm doing is just coming down to the bottom and combining and picking up that last sort of teaspoon or tablespoon of ingredients that kind of stick there that don't really happen. Just scatter this. I'm trying to get total coverage, but I don't necessarily want to occlude all the air, right? I want some space for this crumble to breathe, but at the same time, the best part is the crunchy little topping stuff. And yes, you can take this and you can put it in a little no-stick pan and make 1 big cookie and eat it by yourself. And then this goes in to a 350-degree oven for 45 minutes. So we have time for more coffee. Always let this cool. I don't like to put in the fridge and I want the bottom to still be warm, but it's been cooling for about, I don't know, a half hour, 45 minutes. The top is cool to the touch, but I know it's still yummy and warm on the inside. So you can see what I mean about that sort of sugar cookie quality to it. And I like to do 2 layers and a nice scoop of Grater's Madagascar vanilla bean ice cream. Doesn't get any better than that.